Cool Creature says a competitor is attempting negative SEO against our money site by creating hundreds of links from articles on Web2 blog network pages. The content quality on the linking pages is pretty variable, but is on topic. Each page includes multiple links to our pages with keywords we target and rank for as the anchor text. I'm playing whack-a-mole, disavowing the domains each week. So far, we have not received a penalty. Our site is strong, but I'm concerned that it is only a matter of time. We have much deeper pockets than the competitor. Is there anything else we can do? Also, I understand that disavows can take up to 6 weeks to get acted on. So I am resetting the clock each time by disavowing weekly. Excuse me. I don't know. If I refresh the disavow file weekly, could it be that the new disavows are not getting processed? That's a good question. I've never done it in that kind of aggressive manner before, so I don't know. But here's a couple of things just to be aware of, guys. Because of what I talked about at the top of this webinar, at the beginning of this, where I was talking about this kind of stuff, do you realize, like, a lot of the times it's unnecessary to disavow links because Google just ignores them anyway. Does that make sense? I understand you're taking a proactive approach. Instead of allowing it to cause a problem first before acting, you're being proactive, right? So you're trying to prevent it from causing a problem. I get that. But Google literally just, instead of their links that aren't relevant, or so for example, here's the thing. I used to disavow those web scraper links, those directory scraper sites that just scrape, and they're nothing but hundreds or even thousands of pages of links, like and that's it. Like, there's no context at all. It's just a list of links. You guys will see that in Search Console, or if you look at backlink profiles, you'll often see those. They're junk links. By the way, if any of you use SEMrush, you'll know that SEMrush is like super sensitive, and it'll show you toxic links and stuff. That's how you can identify a lot of that stuff. I think it's overly sensitive. But what I'm saying is, a lot of those are like, Google just ignores those. Like I learned over time that you don't need to disavow those, because those, it doesn't matter if SEMrush calls them toxic or not. Google just ignores those. You can disavow them. It's not going to hurt anything, but Google, it's not going to hurt to have them linking to your site. Why? Because they link to every other site out there too. In my link building business, I manage a ton of local projects, and I analyze backlink profiles of all of the target assets, as well as the top 5 ranked competitors for every one of my clients, period. And so I get to look at a ton of local backlink profiles for not only my clients' assets, but also for their competitors, because I'm always doing competition analysis. And we see the same link scraper sites that are linking to the client's assets, the target assets, as well as to their competitors. So the point is that it's kind of a common thing that occurs across those. So it's, and Google understands that. So it's not everybody's going to go disavow all those. In fact, it's just, in my opinion, it's not necessary, because Google understands that those are web scraper links and they're just going to ignore them. However, that said, as far as every time you resubmit a disavow file, does it take 6 weeks? Honestly, I don't know. All I know is that the quickest way to get a disavow file for Google to recognize whatever you submitted is to send them to an indexer. People say, well, why would you want to index the links that the links that you want to disavow to an indexer? That doesn't make any sense. Well, actually it does, if you think about it, because whatever links you decide that you want to submit to disavow, you want to disavow them. If you submit the disavow file first, and then you send those links to an indexer, the Google bot will come crawl those links because of the indexing request, and it will reference the disavow file, because it cross-references to see, is there a disavow file on file for this domain? And if so, when it crawls those links, it will reference the disavow file and see that should be discounted or discredited, right? Ignored. So, by the way, disavowing links will not take those links out of your backlink profile in your backlink analysis tools. They're still going to show up. Google will ignore those links, but they'll still show up in your backlink analysis tools. Right. So just be aware of that. So the point that I'm trying to make here is if you want, how can you fight the link competitor as negative SEOing you? I don't know. Other than if you have a strong enough entity, it shouldn't really be that much of an issue. Google really does just ignore very low quality links now. Plus, Google's also aware of negative SEO attacks. That's certainly a thing that has been happening for years. So a lot of the times those kind of things will just be ignored. However, as I mentioned before, I understand being proactive. I think that's probably smart to do so. But if you want to kind of get those disavow files crawled faster, sooner, recognized sooner, then just every time you submit a new file, take all of the links from that file and submit them to an indexer. Right now, Omega Indexer is working really, really good. In fact, well, anyways, Omega Indexer, I've got it here, but it's going to take me into my dashboard. So that's right there. Anyways, I would recommend you guys, do that. Another good one is speedlinks.net or speed-links.net. Those are both pretty good. Okay. Sorry, I couldn't be more help with that. I don't do a lot of disavowing, although more recently, Eric Lancharas just did last week a training on how to use on-page AI to get rid of your links using this tool again that I was just talking about, the link, whatever it is, the link relevancy tool, right? To disavow the links that have zero relevance match at both the page level and domain level. If it's a 0% match, topical relevance match, disavow those. And so I started testing on one of my lead gen domains that got some sort of an algorithmic penalty in May of this year. And I haven't really been spending a lot of time on my tree service stuff this year. So
I wanted to add to that, like if you're really that worried about like the competitor and you really got the deep pockets, start cranking out another asset, like and create an additional page and rank that as well. All right, it's just like a backup plan.
Potentially.